Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jasmine Gale. I help creative women tune into their intuition, come home to themselves, and create from a very turned on, purposeful, and powerful place. If that's you, if you're a world builder, if you're very spiritually conscious, you're also an artist and a creative, stick around because you're going to want to hear this. I want to talk to you today about what you need to actually set up systems and something that actually lowers the bar so that you can actually create in a more functional, practical way versus just waiting on inspiration. This is often the first step of change. There isn't an issue with the fact that it's hard. A lot of people relate to the hardness of creating, the mental block, the push, the space between wanting to do it and doing it as, oh, something's wrong with me. Oh, I'm lazy. That's the meaning we attach to it. Oh, I'm not disciplined enough. Oh, that's a story you're telling yourself. Wrong. Anytime we're about to change, move into another level of who we used to be and who we want to become, there's going to be some resistance. Your nervous system speaks before your mind does. Your body has language that your mind doesn't always catch up with yet. You are literally physiologically expanding from the person who just scrolls on the internet to the person who's building consistency, to the person who creates regularly, to the person who knows and understands that the art that she creates is meant to liberate not just herself, but for the masses. Okay, when that shift is happening, that type of thing, there's so much happening physiologically between those two spaces. One, your brain is trying to even build the belief that that reality is even possible for you. Okay, if you lived your whole life being distracted, this reality of you actually just doing it with ease, that's not real to you yet. Your body doesn't even understand that yet. They think that staying in the space of doing what we've always done is normal. And it is normal for you in your reality. Okay, this new version, this new reality, this new timeline you're stepping into is deeply unfamiliar, and our bodies are always going to reach for what is familiar, what is normal. You don't need more information. You need integration. So one thing that we need to focus on is how can we make this easier for ourselves? How do we lower the bar? Some of you need to lower the bar. Some of you are so ambitious and wanting the most. That's the vision that you're holding. That's the frequency in the future that you're holding. But you're putting way too much pressure to the degree where your nervous system goes into freeze, and then you don't do anything at all. And then you go back to your phone, and then you go back to distracting yourself, and you go back and you get distracted, or you find another dopamine hit somewhere else because your body's now stressed by the possibility because it's so unfamiliar to you. And that's not a problem or issue. That's not because you're bad or wrong or lazy. Okay, those are the meanings we make behind those thoughts. I want you to pay attention to this because it's this pattern recognition, it's this conditioning, it's this story that keeps you stuck in that space of, I'm just going to scroll, I'm just going to relax, I'm just going to watch Netflix. That reality is the reality that is trying to soothe you from the fear of becoming the person that we're moving into. Okay, it's just a protective mechanism, not the truth. Okay, I want you to lean into that for a second. And if you're feeling like, oh, well, I don't think it's possible. Exactly. This is what I'm clocking. That thought is part of the reason as to why. Okay, so rewrite that story, rewrite that thought. It is possible. I haven't leaned into it yet, but it doesn't mean that I won't. Okay, hold some possibility for yourself. Lowering the bar for yourself. How can we make this easier? How can we make this stop feeling like, how can I make this feel like play? A lot of us have detached from our inner child that used to just play and create just because. The one thing that you make in this moment is part of your reps. It's part of your practice. It's not the final project that's going to be the thing. We're way too ahead of ourselves if you're thinking about that. Right now, how can I play more? How can I make it more fun? What do I need to do to make it feel more exciting, more invigorating? Whether it's playing music, whether it's setting up incense, whether it's dressing in something that brings out something feeling your best self or your most excited self. Creatives do different things, so we can make it anything that we want. But it's first deciding, how can I make this easier? How can I introduce play and freedom and ease and flow? I don't care if you do it. I don't care if that's the only thing you do. That's also an act of creation that brings you closer into your creative work. This is a hard pill to swallow for a lot of creatives because our feelings are the portals to our work. It's why we love art. It's why we love the things that we love, because it makes us feel and feel deeply. And those feelings is what makes life worth living. Okay, but too often we deeply identify and attach with our feelings to the degree that it stops us from seeing what we're capable of doing. If because it feels difficult, we believe it is, and we lean into that, when actually your nervous system is just dysregulated. And by that, I just mean you're just feeling stressed, you're in a freeze response, and we just need to normalize getting into the action of doing it. Imperfectly, badly, wrongly, I don't even care if like it looks bad. I actually ask a lot of creative women to do bad art on purpose, because it's a mental trap. It's a mental loop of trying to make it perfect. It's like the pressure to perform when it's your first time. It's like the more we are in our heads, the more we're thinking about, am I doing this right? It robs us of the ability to experience ourselves in a pleasurable way. So this is the paradox, because discipline often sounds like a lack of pleasure. But for creatives, pleasure is the doorway to discipline. What would make this feel good? Okay, stop romanticizing struggle and pain and her and the masculine and the hard things. When we do that, it turns us off. It turns us off. And it's okay if that works for you, but I'm just talking to the women who may want more softness in it, more playfulness. Because it's not a matter of if I get there, but when. Your tools in sight makes the bar of entry lower. If it's already set up, you're going to spend a lot less time thinking about setting it up or feeling anxiety about looking for where all your things are, and then stressed about not being able to find them. And then that's a lot of time and energy that you've placed into preparing for the act that kind of makes the act itself feel strenuous or stressful. Again, pleasure, play is the fucking goal. I want to get really clear about what it is that we're moving towards. What is the mission statement? What is the creative purpose? What is the thing that we want our art to say and do, not just for ourselves, but for the masses, for the world? What is it that we're trying to say? If you don't even know, you're like, I don't know if I don't even know what I want to say. I just want to create something that feels important. It would be great to actually get down to, what do you value? What is super important to you? What about life do you want to show other people? And if you don't know, if those questions bring even up more questions, I want to invite you into the cohort that I am opening. Let's feel confident. Let's release the stuff behind us and fully embody the life that we want to have, the creative work that we know in our soul that we're meant to do.